All right, everyone, welcome back to the 580 Show, episode 109. Myself and Jason Frawley. What's up,
What's
buddy?
up?
Just me and you. It's gonna be a good episode.
That's
I
it.
we'll talk about we're gonna talk about some strongman stuff, some of the stuff we got going on, and then we put up a Q&A this week. So just answer a lot of questions, a lot of fun topics to talk about. So obviously there's down weeks in strongman, not much to talk about every single week.
Right.
Um, so I just figured we put up a Q&A, haven't done it in a while. And people put in a ton of great questions. If we don't answer them all, maybe we'll put some in the bank for future episodes. But there is like hours and hours of content worth of questions on these. So there's some really good ones. So appreciate everyone that put a question in. So we'll do that here the second half of the episode. I want to start off by remind everyone on June 24th at 580 Barbell. We're running two shows same day. Can't wait. So first
Two
half of the
shows,
day,
one day.
Northeast Regionals. You're competing in that, Frawley.
Yes, sir. I'm signed up, and I'm hoping more people out there are ready to get signed up.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a great morning.
I think as we get closer, I remember for Bridge last year, like it was like 1 week when we were like 3.5-ish months out. It was like
Yeah, it
one
just
week.
filled up.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gates just like flooded and it was just
Well, we kind of know how it works, though, right? Like when you're signed up for a show, like let's say you're signed up for a spring show right now, like people are focused on that, right?
right.
They're like, okay, I want to focus on my show, let's say in the March, April time frame. And then, oh, okay, now that show's over, then what's the next one that I can do?
Right.
And then they're like, okay, I can get signed up for bridge. So,
Right. And like I look at it
yeah,
like the
or the regional. Yeah.
holidays were just here. Like everyone's spending money on Christmas and then
Yep.
they got New Year stuff. So now that we're through the holidays, I'm really excited. So people that have had questions, the regionals is in the morning. So that's the 10 open strongman corporation classes. So five for the ladies, five for the men.
Yep.
First place in each class, no matter how many people are in it, Arnold bid. And then depending on how many further in your class, there's nationals for top three in every class. And then there's a way to have a fourth nationals bid and regionals for next year. So yeah, it's our second year running the regionals and the second year that Strongman Corp's done it. So hopefully we have a
Now,
lot of
is
signups.
there also a possibility for top five like last year, or is that changed?
Yeah, I think it's
Top. Okay.
yeah,
So,
top.
yeah,
So if you have a class, what is it, over
it was
12?
12 plus. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have a class 12 plus, top five get nationals bids.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's
And
a
then if you
lot.
yeah, so if you think
Yeah.
about it in one day, so I'll describe the rest of the day. So regionals in the morning, 10 to
Yep.
2, 2:30, maybe
Hmm.
3 at the absolute latest. We have a really good plan to be able to run it in and out in under 5 hours. Um, and then nighttime, so starting at 3, 3:30, Battle of the Bridge. And that's just our local show, but it's also a national qualifier as well. So if you
Right.
think about in one day how many nationals bids we can churn out of our area, I think that's really cool.
Yep.
I said on the pod before, but if you didn't hear it, like I never want to make our shows exclusive to just one person, like the super competitive person or the novice, or I want everyone to be able to come out. So when we were asked to do regionals again, I was like, well, crap, what about the novices? What about the people that maybe just want to come and have fun? What about the local
Right.
people that aren't ready for regionals yet? People that aren't qualified for regionals. So that's why we are doing two shows in one day if you're curious. So
Yep.
whether you want to do regionals or you want to just do the local show, you can do either. I mean, you obviously have to
Mhm.
be qualified for the regional
For
side, but
regional. Right. Right.
if you're qualified for regionals and you just want to do Battle of the Bridge, that's fine too. Like,
Yeah, it's a great way for people like that. Let's say you have a big training group and your training group is diverse. It's a great way to be able to go to a show and have everyone compete, even though there is a regional. So like your higher level people that are in your crew can participate in the regional. And then if you have people who are at a local level and want to compete at a local level or masters or novice or teens or whatever, you can all do one show on the same day and we don't have to exclude anybody. So
right. Yeah, and it's cool because like you don't have to worry about like cheering for your people in between
yeah,
actual events. Like you can have your
that's
people that
true
are doing
too.
regionals, like three or four of them, and then the
Yep.
night show, three or four, for example. And you can like actually focus and help them, handle them, all that
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
If you're worried about like from far away, there's a lot of hotel options right by our location. I think there's like
Yep.
eight literally 8 hotel options within 5 minutes of the venue, literally
Yeah.
less than like a mile and a half up the road.
Yep.
So yeah, we have a lot of hotel, lodging, food options. I'm sure we'll do a lot more. We'll have meal prep ready for people.
Yep.
A lot of sponsors, I'm trying to have some good sponsors for this regional show. So a lot to come on that. But I think we were talking briefly before the episode. We really haven't talked about it that much. And
Yeah.
crazy you forget because my brain's already churning. I'm starting to plan stuff. You forget we are 6 months out. Like it's
Right.
crazy. We're
Hmm.
still 6 months away. And I'm like, oh, well, there's only 30 total people signed up, but it's like we're 6 months away.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everyone that's asked
I
me,
just,
I almost have the Atlas stones, the almost all of them in my mind ready as far as the weight
mhm.
matrix. The bridge I'm about halfway done with. So really fun set of events. I'm really excited
Mhm.
for them. I think we're gonna be able to move smoothly throughout them. But I got to make 2 more Atlas stones at least for the bigger boys. So and a
Mhm.
couple maybe intermittent ones. So we'll have all
Yeah.
those up. I promise with ample amount of time. But
Yeah.
what I've told some
That'll
people that are
go ahead.
nervous about it, sorry, for all I didn't mean to cut you off, but what I've told people that are nervous, like when you do a bigger show, and this is a regionals, and if you have aspirations to do a bigger show, even if you're just doing bridge, you don't always know your weights 6, 7, 8 months out. Typically for a big show, your weight's 10 weeks out, 12
Yeah,
weeks
it's
out.
like 3 months maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say too, is it might be people might be a little apprehensive to sign up
Mhm.
because they don't have the weight matrix, but you're going to have it and you'll have it in plenty of time.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but that's a good point. That's a good point. You don't necessarily have everything. You don't
Right.
necessarily have everything, 6 months ahead of time so you can start prepping.
Right.
So
There are even more opportunities through Strongman Corporation for regionals now than there was last year.
there's
So
5 total now.
six, six,
6. Okay.
yeah, six. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, six. So
Yeah.
you have 5 of the 6, the dates are set, and the sixth, it is not set yet. So I'll just anyone that's listening that is potentially trying to plan out their 2023, because I know for all you know too, there's a lot going on. You
There's a
got
lot of
you
stuff.
got Strongman
Yep.
Corp, USS, OSG. You got some Clash stuff. It's all over the place, and that's great. There's a lot of opportunity in the US for it. But if you're trying to plan out, just and you want to do a Strongman Corp regionals for Arnold or just nationals bids, Southeast regionals, Alabama on May 20th.
Hmm.
Southwest regionals in Arizona on May 26th and the 27th. So they're making their regionals a 2-day,
I
which I
like that.
almost did for ours in the first place. I think that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Um, Midwest regionals is in Kentucky
Okay.
in June, but the date is TBD.
Okay.
Ours is June 24th in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Another Midwest regional opportunity is in Michigan on August 19th.
Hmm.
And then Northwest regionals in Washington. They're working on a date, and it's either going to be June or July.
Okay.
So, plenty of opportunities out there. If you're interested and you want that Arnold bid or want to, just compete in a regionals. So, and you have your,
Hmm.
you have your, you know, you have your invite. So, just wanted to put that out there as well.
Sure.
Um, And I mean, really, the only other thing on our schedule that we announced last week, and big time out from this one, like 7 or 8 months. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. I want to do this every year, and
Yep.
it's a lot less official, more of an excuse to hang out and have a really fun day, and just have a training day together. Is the 580 Deadlift Championships,
Yep.
August 5th. We're all going to be down at 580. We're gonna have a big platform, one warm-up platform behind the banner, big banner behind it. We're gonna try to make it look as cool as possible. And we're gonna go and we're just gonna max out our deadlifts. If you check it out on Iron Podium, it's on there, but sumo, conventional straps, no straps,
Anybody. Anybody
hitching.
wants to deadlift, show up.
Yeah, just show up and we got a PR bell at 580
Mhm.
I mean mostly only members know about, but I want that bell rang. I want everyone to come out and just set a PR and everyone to be happy and have a great day. Basically a much amplified strongman Saturday with like a max deadlift. So
Yep.
we'll have music. what I'm thinking too for it is like we'll leave an iPod or pad just connected to the Bluetooth, like right by like the deadlift platform. So people that are going up can kind of like just have Spotify open and then go on and just put like their PR song when they're going up for like a big
Yeah,
attempt or stuff too.
yeah, that'll
So
be cool.
and then it'll, as all our events, it'll be free for spectators to come and watch
Right.
and everything. We'll have food, beer, everything available as well too. So it'll be a really fun day.
$25 also gets you a t-shirt. I don't
Yeah,
know if you said that.
it's
Oh yeah,
25
don't
bucks to
forget you get a
enter.
shirt with it too.
Yeah, it's
So
25 bucks. There's no sanctioning fee. There's no membership
right.
fee. It's 25 bucks. And the only reason we're doing that is just for the t-shirts, just because
Yeah.
that's basically, a standard shirt and
Yep.
just to have them all in and everything. And we'll have some extra for sale. But
Sure.
I actually really like the logo a lot too for it. It
Yeah, I like the
came out
graphic.
really cool.
I didn't see it until it was
I didn't
announced.
show anyone that one.
I texted you. I was like, hey dude, I like that graphic. It looks pretty
Yeah.
good.
I'm
So
excited. I'm
that's
gonna get a
cool.
big 8x8 banner for behind the platform for us to be pulling behind in
Yep.
front of that. So that'll be
Yep.
really cool. But
Mhm.
yeah, basically just a max deadlift competition. Not even 3 attempts. Just we're gonna work up and we're gonna pull. I don't want someone we talked about last week. I want someone to like hit a pull and it's like they thought it was gonna be their max and they're like, oh, I
Right.
could easily pull 40 more pounds. It's
Well,
like,
then
dude,
pull
go pull
more.
40 more,
Yeah,
40 more
go
pounds.
pull more.
Yeah,
That's what
like
we're here for today.
yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be
That'll
really
be
fun.
cool.
But
Yep.
I mean, that's really it with 580 like events. I mean, horsepower always available. I'm fully stocked up, fully stocked. As
Yep.
much as you can order, I can fulfill it right now. Um, I just appreciate everyone's support. We had a good. I was kind of down because like around the holidays we didn't have a lot of orders, but
Yeah.
the last week it kind of started firing back up again, and now I'm fired up. And
Well, yeah, when you really think about it though, I mean, people around the holidays, some
yeah,
people might miss a little more training than they normally do. It's just because they're out doing family stuff. Plus, it's the holidays, man. You got to enjoy that time with your family.
yeah, right.
And then now they're back to it, right? And they realize, oh shoot, I'm running
Yeah, I
out.
need
I got
my
to get some
pre-workout.
more. So
I can
yeah,
pretty much, for anyone listening, I can pretty much get it anywhere in the continental US within 2 days. Like
yeah,
48 hours from when I mean, like I had an order today on a Saturday night, and it's like, now I can't get that out until Monday morning because the postal
right.
service. So like you'll have it by Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, our lead time is very good. I mean, I
Hmm.
ship the package and ship everything myself. So if you,
Hmm.
if you order, if you have any questions about it, just ask me. I'm happy to. We got pineapple mixed berry right now is my 1A. I know pineapple is yours, but mixed berry is my favorite flavor. And then
Yeah,
watermelon's always always kind of
I
the
might have to go back to some watermelon here soon just to
I
mix it
like
up
switching it up.
because I love the watermelon. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, man. Pineapple's like the new girl on the block, but
Yeah.
watermelon's who you go home to, you know?
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
So,
It's funny because we always give the praise to watermelon, but I think I sell more mixed berry.
do you really?
I think mixed berry. I mean,
Huh.
historically, watermelon we've sold more of because it was the first one and we
Well,
had it
yeah,
for
yeah,
like
because it was the
six
first
months
one.
earlier. But I think if you actually track, I would have to look at the data, but I think we actually sell more mixed berry.
No
I think
shit.
it's like a
Hmm.
safe flavor. Like
Yeah, I was just gonna
it
say
just
that the
sounds the same.
watermelon's one of those ones where it's like people love it or hate it.
You're right.
Like I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, okay, watermelon's okay. No,
I
like I know
love it.
people who are like, yeah, I really like watermelon stuff. And then there's people who are like, oh my God, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're like, I'm not drinking that. So I get
Right.
it.
Yeah,
But
100%. I'm
anyway,
still working. I'm working with our lab and our manufacturing facility for our protein still for anyone that wanted an update on that. So hoping to have whey this year.
sure.
I'm working on it. It's just a lot.
Mhm.
We say it every time on the pod, but we're not going to put out a product we don't believe in and that we know doesn't taste 100%. And we've tried whey after whey right now, and we haven't gotten the taste right. So I'm not going to put anything out until I have a taste right.
Yeah.
So,
So
um,
the two that came in, you can't market. I mean, that shit was
oh,
bad.
hell no. I mean, we may end up trying like so
It was
people
bad.
don't. Yeah,
So
people don't realize
yeah,
like
like
we may try 10 or 15 before we even put it
right,
out. Like,
right, right. So
but yeah, we want to. I want to make sure it touches
it will be
everything.
good.
So, yeah, it
It'll be
will
good
be.
when it's ready.
Yep. But let us know. I always like to hear from people what products they'd like to see in the future because some products might that I'm not even thinking of that people might like pineapple pre-workout. We didn't think
Yeah.
that was going to be a good flavor. I would have
Nope.
never done that flavor,
And it's
and
delicious.
it's amazing. our
Yeah.
flavors are amazing. It's all made in the U.S. It works great. So if you're hesitant, just give 580 horsepower a shot. Just go to 580barbell.com, hit the pre-workout tab. But enough about us, Frawley.
Let's get into
Well,
some of these questions.
hey, I buried the
Like, what
lead.
else you got?
I buried
Uh-oh.
the lead. Shout out to our friend who has come down to 580 a ton of times, lives about 2 hours from us, Eric Olmstead.
Oh, yeah.
One
Yeah.
clash in the Cumberland today.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Um,
Congratulations.
so Eric is a great guy, and his whole
Hmm.
crew is they're just great people, and we've become very good friends with them. We've been to a lot of shows, the same shows as them. I
Yep.
think I
He was at Bullard Express. They all were.
I
They
think I
all came out of
met
Bullard
Eric for the
Express.
first time at PA Dutch 2 or 3 years
Yes.
ago.
Yeah,
And
21.
yeah, and used to be a heavyweight. That was his first show, I believe, at
Hmm.
middleweight, and then met him again,
Hmm.
Strongman Corp National, and just through the grapevine. And we found him, and he doesn't live too far from us, and we just became friends with him. And I remember Eric
Yep.
telling me that he was going to keep going back to Clash regionals until he won one. I I
Yep.
remember him
Here
telling me
we
that,
are.
and here we
Hmm.
are. I mean, awesome. I mean, and it was a good lineup of competitors. So Eric gets his chance now, and he's punched his ticket to the real Clash on the Coast in
Yeah, the
April,
finals. I think it's at the end of March.
End of March.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the end of March. Yep.
So he's gonna be at the big show, and that puts him in the tops of middleweights. Qualifying. Like,
Yep.
good for him. He's missed out very, very closely from qualifying in the
Hmm.
past. So I am so proud of him, and couldn't happen to a better dude. And he's super knowledgeable. He's helped me. I remember how much he helped my yoke when he was
Yeah.
down there before, and just
Uh-huh.
I can't say enough good things about Eric. I sent him a message from all of us at 580 right after he won. So um, I'm just really happy for him. I would like to see Eric become a more known guy on the
Yeah,
scene,
because he's a
because
good dude.
he doesn't do social media
Hmm.
really.
Yeah.
Um, he has kind of his own crew up there, and they train out of like a big shed. It really seems really cool.
I think it's their
Um,
garage. I think it's his garage or someone's garage.
yeah,
But
and
yeah.
it's awesome. So
Yep.
yeah, just congratulations to Eric again. I saw the only other thing that really stood out from the show, and I didn't watch the show or follow that closely, just enough. I just refreshing on Iron Podium, actually really just keeping up for Eric. But Jake Hare,
Hmm.
he was like the talk of social media in our
Oh
little weird
yeah.
strongman, social media. But
Rightfully
41,
so. Hmm.
everyone that is listening, this is not incorrect to my
Was it
knowledge.
41 or 42? Was it 41 or
Iron Podium
42?
says 41.
Yeah.
41
Okay.
reps with a 335 stone over bar. The next closest competitor got 13 reps.
Outrageous.
41. I mean, Jake Hare, I don't know who you were. I didn't know who you were. I'm probably going to follow
I
you on
do
Instagram
now.
now, but man, awesome job. That is crazy. That is
Yeah.
crazy. 41 reps. So good for him, man. That's just great. I would
I
love
don't
to see
even
that in person.
I don't even think I've done 41 reps when I do stones at a training session.
Yeah, dude. Heck no.
Like I don't think I've ever done that many loads.
That
That's
is
nuts. That's
crazy.
awesome.
Good for him,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, I wanted to highlight that. I mean, other big shows coming up. I mean, really, here in the US, upcoming is Clash in Jersey and the
Yep.
Arnold. So
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure we'll be highlighting that. I know one of the questions on our Q&A thing that we put up was to talk more about the Arnold. I'm sure we'll be talking about it more in the upcoming weeks, because
Yeah.
Dante, our producer, and myself are both competing at it. So, um, yeah, yeah. So we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
But we had a ton of good questions, and some we may spend a little bit of time, some we can breeze through. Some are just funny
Sure.
trolls. Um, but the first one said, "What do you guys think is about the rise of and the future of high level weight class strongman / strong woman?" I mean, what do I think about
I'll
the
let you
rise
talk a
of
little bit
it?
more on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rise of it's awesome. I think there's more
Hmm.
payouts, more opportunities, obviously, than anywhere in the future. I think we're just going to see more opportunities and bigger shows. I mean, I think if Ling keeps up with OSG, I mean, that's the
Hmm.
gold standard. You see what Luke Davies is doing. I mean,
Yeah.
overseas with the 90s, this whole 90s thing that just took off, and it's like
Okay.
going crazy. That's gonna be the biggest 90s show ever put together. If everyone shows
Yep.
up that they're saying John Hack, I mean, it's gonna be
Hmm.
crazy.
Hmm.
I hope to see our boy Cam Peters do that. But
Yeah.
but
That would be good. Now that's what's that? Chaos?
Chaos
Is that what it's
Promotions,
called?
yeah. Yep. I don't know what the
Chaos
actual
Promotions. Yeah.
yeah, he calls his stuff Chaos Promotions. Um
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know what the it's called the U90 KG Classic. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool though. He's kind of taking a little bit of what Clash started as, right? And
Mhm.
now he's kind of applying it to the 90 kilos in another way. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes. I mean, as a heavyweight, I mean, I like the weight class stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always been a big supporter of the weight class stuff. I've never really understood the distinction between heavyweight and then the weight classes. I mean, I feel like it's all the same. So
Right.
I like to see the weight class stuff have more opportunities.
I think it just I think
I think it's cool.
yeah, I think it adds to the accessibility of strongman and the growth of strongman because you can have average size 175-pound people now have a weight class and a goal or 200-pound guys, 64 kg
Sure.
women. Yeah, it just opens up the sport a lot more. So I obviously think it's awesome.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, the next one was jerking um press events in lighter classes, including Viking. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know exactly. I know it's hard to get like fully ask your question in the thing, but like it's funny. I'm gonna flip the question a little bit, but Andrew Hanus and I were actually talking this week about like jerk. He put up a story or something about like split jerking and push jerking on a Viking. Like, cause
I saw that.
it's always kind of been like the forbidden fruit, like, and now at the Arnold you can. I'd say
Hmm.
I don't I would be curious because when we always have something like this that I'm not sure of, I always want someone to like explain to me why not.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like
Um, yeah, the one thing that I saw that kind of made a little bit of sense to me was the fact that the Viking press is fixed, whereas the other weights that you would be jerking is not.
yeah,
They're free weights, they're free moving weights.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's enough for me. I don't know if that's enough for me to go, yeah, well that completely disqualifies it, right?
I
Like you can't do it. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know how I feel about that.
it's really hard to enforce a jerk versus a push press sometimes because you can kind of do like a half-ass jerk and like
Sure.
be like, oh, I pushed. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't really know. I'd be curious what people think about that. So let us know. Like,
Mm,
are you in favor or are you not in favor of push jerking or split jerking on a Viking?
right.
Um, this is a really good one. You're probably the better one to ask this one, Froley. Thoughts on Jamal
Okay.
Browner at the World Deadlift Championships?
I love it.
Me
I
too.
love it. I mean, I like it, dude. Like, yeah, okay, the guy pulls sumo in his powerlifting meets, but he's also pulled 1,000 conventional raw. So,
Crazy.
like, it's not you're not just going to disqualify what he can do based on his sumo deadlifts when he can pull just as heavy conventional. I
I'll be
mean,
curious to see how he
if
does.
yeah, and that's the other thing too is like if we're going to talk about deadlift, like true deadlifting, like why would you not want one of the best deadlifters there? He
Right.
is one of the best deadlifters on the planet. He is.
Yeah.
So I love that, dude. I like that they're inviting him, and I like that they're not afraid to cross sports.
I just think if you're doing a World Deadlift Championship, that's one thing you can
Hmm.
collide. That's the only
Yeah,
thing you
man.
can collide strongman and powerlifting like whole like fully. Like, why not do it? I want the best
Sure.
deadlifters there, dude. Not just,
Hmm.
so yeah, I'm
I
really
like it.
excited.
Hmm.
Um, would you guys ever put on a bigger show 2 days, maybe 6 to 8 events? Yes, probably in
It's
the
already been
future.
talked about.
100% we will.
Yeah, it's already been
Um,
debated.
um, General tips for new gym goers since it's the new year.
Yeah.
Honestly, tips firstly to gym goers, like already gym bros, don't be dicks to people just because they may be, like a lot of us may not be here, I'm sure, listening, like wouldn't be into strength sports if we didn't fall into the situations or meet the certain people we would. If we would have walked in the gym and someone would have just been a complete dick to us, we may
For
not
no
even
reason.
be
Yeah.
doing like strength sports.
Hmm.
So be nice to those people. And if you are a new gym goer, honestly, there's so much information on the internet
Hmm.
that is free that people have spent their lifetime compiling, and you can get a lot of good information for free, and always find the strongest people at the gym or the people who are the best at whatever your goal is, and ask questions, because always the fittest and the strongest are always 9 times out of 10 the nicest people.
Yeah.
So I just ask questions and just be an open book, and just always remember, I know however cliche it is, um it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and it's
Yep.
not going to happen in 2 weeks, it's not going to happen in 2 months. You got to just be consistent, and I promise you will get results if you just keep showing up. That's the best
Yep.
part about it. The hard-headed people win in this, just showing up. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can really add to that is the the importance of finding what you like to do in the gym. Going to the gym and doing something with a purpose that you actually enjoy, rather than like forcing yourself to go and wanting to do a bench press, a squat, whatever, but actually having some kind of something that you enjoy doing. The hardest part of fitness is getting yourself to do it. So if you find a form that you actually like, you're that much more inclined to go back and continue to go back because you like it. And
100%.
to too many times we use it because they have to go, not because they want to go. And
Yeah.
that detracts you from wanting to go back the next time.
Yeah, that's a great point. I
So,
always think about that. I actually always talk about that, is like finding your why. And it doesn't have to be doing strongman, or it doesn't have to be doing, like, just set little goals for yourself. And I think I'm lucky because I've never had to be like, I've never had to tell myself, I have to go to the gym. That's my best part of the day, like the part of the day I'm most fired up for. Like waiting to rip through this
yep.
work day so I can get to the gym. But I love it. So you got to find something and fall in love with it. So that's a great point, Frawley.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, oh, this is a good question. Um, CrossFit using strongman implements. Um, and then a second part, do you think either sport translates well to the other? I definitely think they both translate well. I think CrossFit translates well more. I think CrossFit translates better to strongman, but I think some things in strongman do, I mean, translate over. I
Sure.
mean, overhead press, there's moving events. Um, but like obviously Kurt is a great example of what happens when a good CrossFitter comes over to strongman. Weighed in
Yeah.
at 182, trained the night before, and freaking won the 200 class at our winter show.
Yep.
Um, I love strongman. We've talked about it before, but I love strongman using or CrossFit using strongman implements. I
Agree.
think it's so cool. Obviously because it makes us watch CrossFit, but also it brings
Hmm.
light maybe to a new audience to strongman, because CrossFitters are watching it. They see a Husafel stone, they see an Atlas stone, they see farmers carries, they see an axle bar, and then they look at strongman and it helps us grow. So I really
Sure.
like it.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool to see other people do it. So I think it's cool. And it's only going to have CrossFitters get into strongman gyms more and ask strongman coaches more, because, hey, they may have a log. They may have it. So it
Hmm.
helps us. It
Hmm.
really helps us. So I love
Yep.
it. Um, um, Best lower back exercises since strongman's so pull demanding. I think reverse hyper.
Reverse hyper. Next question.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Reverse hyper for
obviously,
me, dude. Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
I like core stuff too. Like a lot of I
Sure.
like bird dogs.
Yeah.
But I reverse hyper is king. Um,
Yeah, that's number one for low back for me for sure.
This is a tough one. Accessory work to help a natural stone lift. I mean, being
I've
cock.
never done it, so I can't
I've
speak.
done natural stone to shoulder before. I had it for a show that got canceled during COVID, but I trained it for a while. I mean, deadlifting, but obviously I like sandbags a lot. Like if I'm doing anything to shoulder, I like sandbags a lot because it physically beats me up a lot less, and I can
Yeah.
do a lot more volume with sandbags. So if you have access to a sandbag, I mean, if you're a better deadlifter too, like I'm just
Zerchers, like pick extensions
yeah.
is what I'm thinking,
There's a
like
lot of
Zerchers
stuff.
and then like doing some actual extension work. I don't know, man. I'm thinking outside of the box. 'Cause like I said, I've never done it, but
Yeah.
that's where my brain's going.
Um, will you ever update the record board at 580 with different movements? Yeah, I've thought about that, like adding whenever we
Sure.
redo it, like I don't know. I hate getting too in depth with like I like having because right now
Yeah.
we have we have bench, squat, deadlift, and
And
log,
log.
and that's
Yeah.
it. And I like the simplicity of it. Because when
Yeah.
you start adding so much, it's like
Yeah. I don't want 12 records.
yeah.
You
And
know,
like
I don't want 12 different things.
people have told me to put stones, but I just don't agree with that because stones, you can load it to different heights and you can just do so much
Mhm.
different stuff with stones that it's like, it's hard to have a standardized record. So
Yeah.
I actually had someone this week. It's funny. It's not the person that asked the question, but I had someone this week tell me that we should talk about the record board at 580 more because they think it's cool that like our gym does that. I mean, obviously, I got it from Louis Simmons. I know other gyms
Yeah.
do it too, but
Sure.
I just always think it's cool. And like, shout out to our high schoolers to go to 580 Barbell because they have been pushing each other. And it's literally the reason that we have a record board is
That's why
what's
it's up
happening
there.
with these high schoolers now. They
Yes.
have started this internal competitive nature with each other, and they're hitting numbers that I did not think we would have kids this age hit. We had senior in high school hit a 350 bench this week,
Right.
like obviously raw. No wrist straps, nothing. A 350 bench. We're having bigger squats, bigger deadlifts, and they're all like sending me videos every day, like, hey, does this count for the record board? Does this count? And it's so cool because that's
Mhm.
why we have it.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, being competitive with your friends is what's going to drive you to be better. Like you can have healthy competition. You don't have to hate people to be competitive with them.
right,
You know, we talk about that all the time.
right. It just fires me up.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fantastic.
yeah, it's awesome. We got some really awesome high schoolers. We were talking about this week, but it's cool. We
Mhm.
we, we got some up and coming guys. Um, Oh, best chicken sandwich. I'm not a big chicken sandwich guy. You're a food
Yeah,
guy, probably.
yeah, chicken sandwich. Um, Now I'm gonna say this, and people probably gonna roast me for it, but like I like the Chick-fil-A sandwich, but I will also say I don't think it's that great.
I
Like, yeah, they're good, but like I don't go crazy over it, you know.
yeah.
Popeyes has a good chicken
I
sandwich.
never had Popeyes.
It's good.
I'm
Like it's
I'm not
good.
a big chicken sandwich guy.
KFC has a good chicken sandwich. People don't
I
talk about that.
I think in my opinion, not KFC, Chick-fil-A is overrated, but the thing that gets me with them is their service. Like their customer service
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, they're fast. Yep. Yeah.
Um, should certain supportive equipment be banned in strongman? So example they put in here was suits, figure eight straps, stuff like
I
that.
would if you could make deadlift suits go away in strongman, I would love that.
Yeah, me too.
But it's just so ingrained. I don't know if you ever could. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't care. Like if the playing field, everybody in the playing field has one, like you kind of have to wear one to even the playing field out, right? But like if you could just make it a universal rule where no one wore them again, I'd be okay with it.
yeah,
I wouldn't care. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
think
see the figure eight thing. I don't get that one. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
pe- the only
It's a
thing about
strap. I
figure
don't.
eights, the only thing about figure eights I can see is when people cheat the grip, where they're not actually holding the barbell, and then it
Oh,
decreases the range of
sure.
motion needed to complete it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
that's where I see it. I don't think that we need to eliminate equipment, but I think just holding it to an actual true standard. That's
Sure.
more what I think.
I think your point on the figure eight's well received because but I don't think that's about the straps. I think that's
No,
about
it's the
making the
judging and the
people,
person.
yeah, like you hold them, like, look, your finger's got to be on the ball. Like you
Right.
can't just dangle the weight. Yeah, I agree. That I agree with 100%.
So this is an interesting one. Do you feel like unsanctioned shows are helpful or hurtful to strength sports? I think
I
I think if they're
Good.
done, I think they're definitely helpful. I think any
Hmm.
sport is definitely helpful because even if you host, okay, say you host a unsanctioned strongman comp, it's bringing that many more people into strongman that are gonna do sanctioned shows anyway and make bigger sanctioned
Exactly.
shows. Like if you are a state chair, you're gonna have more people that get interested in strongman in that state, and you're gonna have more people do the shows. So I always think they're good, and I think there's a really good time and place for unsanctioned shows.
I
Um,
think I think unsanctioned is like the gateway drug,
yeah,
right? Like
our first
unsanctioned
show
is
we
like,
ran was unsanctioned, and it was
yeah,
awesome. Um,
yeah,
I
like
would do
people who are iffy about signing up for a sanctioned show might see a non-sanctioned and go, "Oh, well, I'll just go try this out." Like there's not a whole lot riding on it, and that's the way that they get exposed to it and get their foot dipped in the water. And, yeah, I'm a
yeah.
big fan of
What
non-sanctioned.
what always like running shows, what always bothers me, and I wish there was more I could do, is like having people have to pay like an expensive membership. And expensive is obviously relative, but you got to remember like some people are in different situations. And
Right.
even if it is just a $25 membership, I'm like, man, this stinks, you know? And I understand it because like these federations at the end of the day, they're a business, but like it does always stink like when I have to tell someone like, no, you need a membership card, stuff
Yep.
like that. If there was a way for
Yep.
me to have non-sanctioned shows but have it be national qualifier, I would do
Yeah.
that every time if that makes sense,
Right.
but not,
Yeah.
not
Just not how it works. Yep.
no, but 100% non-sanctioned shows are helpful in my opinion.
Yes. I agree.
Um, Thoughts on getting into creatine gummy game or creatine products in general? I've never thought about the gummies. That's interesting. But I talked about it a long time ago, but um creatine right now is so expensive to make. It's at the
Mhm.
highest it's ever been. So for us to manufacture it, it is so high and it's so unrealistic that I would have to sell, a thing of 30 serving creatine powder for just an unrealistic amount of money.
Right.
And so I would love to do creatine. I would down the road, I 100% seeing it being our line of products. I just
Yep.
yeah, I can't do it right now.
Yep.
But man, those were some great questions. Seriously.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, that's a lot of good talking points. I think we could probably talk about them forever, but
Mhm.
it's getting late. I want to watch the rest of the football game. I uh I appreciate everyone tuning in as always. We'll be back every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here. We'll be talking strongman, strength sports, whatever you want to hear about. Let us know what guests we should have on in 2023. I want to talk to some more people in the sport. Maybe next week we'll have Eric Olmstead on if he
Yeah,
wants
that's a
to
good idea.
come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, be sure to sign up for Battle at the Bridge or the Northeast Regionals, June 24th. We've got the Deadlift Championship August 5th. And horsepower. Get some pre-workout. And we will see you guys all for episode 110.